Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Voxel Tycoon. We just got started last episode with this Let's Play series and we're off to a decent start, I would say. We haven't done much, but we got through the tutorial. We went through some of the GUI screens and now we need to start making some money and growing our little empire here, a transport empire. I've got the game paused and let's see. What we want to do now, what we did last episode, I guess we should just go over that real quick is we had a town here that needed coal, and we basically set up a transport route for coal, involved putting down a couple stations for our trucks to pick up ore and deliver it, a garage in order to purchase those trucks, and then we actually laid a headquarters down and we put it down in this other town called megapolises. But what we want to do now is kind of shore up production in this town of Haver. I think we should start with that one. So if I click on the town description here, I get a pop-up and it tells me, I can move this around. It tells me Haver is a village. I think that's the smallest kind. It's a tourist town. If I hover over it, it says the passenger spawn rate is has like a 5% buff. So the passengers will spawn a little bit faster. And it says transporting passengers has a greater effect on the settlement growth than supplying demands. We're going to do both. We're going to supply demands and deal with passengers in all towns. This one's just saying you may want to emphasize dealing with passengers. So we'll get to passengers too. It's saying the growth rate for the whole village is average, showing the population, whether we're growing or shrinking, I believe. Oh, let's see. Change for the last 30 days in terms of building. So we got one new building. And the population, we've lost one person. And then I think this little button down here, it says fund new buildings. I think if you want to force this town to grow, you can spend some money. I don't think you have to. I'm not positive. We'll see. But I think this is a way, if you have extra cash and you want to speed up the growth of your town, you can actually fund that and spend some money. We don't want to do that right now. We're already in debt quite a bit. It's saying the economy for our village is awful. We'll improve that. And passengers coverage is bad. We've got, I think, 29 passengers potentially, and none of them are being transported. But what we're interested right now is this demands tab. And so this town wants coal. Specifically, this factory in town wants coal. The one I've got the mouse on. And it's saying they will pay $230 per unit of coal. And it's saying that price has come down $10 during the last 30 days. And our supply has been awful. It says supply business demand with the required amount of cargo to keep it running. Now, this next note is really important. It's important not to oversupply business needs. Otherwise, the price will go lower. So right now, we're very under supplying the town. That's why it says awful. But we don't want to go to the other extreme either and provide so much material that we devalue the commodity and the prices start going down and it becomes less profitable for us to deliver the coal. All right. And then stats is stats. We can look at this anytime. It's just kind of eye candy to see how well you're doing. So far we've earned $6,900. We've delivered 30 units of coal. So that's probably 6 trips. So we'll close that, but we want to get this awful into good. So in order to do that, we want to add more trucks on this little route that we set up. So there's a couple ways we can do that. Let's see, where is our truck now? Our truck is here. Again, I got the game paused. And this truck is on his way, his or her way, to go pick up more coal. Now let's just see. If I want to have another truck just like this one on the same route, I can click on the garage. And if I click this copy button, and then I click on the truck that we want to copy, boom, it pops a new truck into the garage. And like last time we went in here and we had to set the route. Well, this one's already got it all set up. And again, we can launch this car just by clicking that button like we did last time. Or we can do release all. Let's do another truck. So I'm going to do that same operation. Boom. And each one we're spending money. I think these are like $23,000, $25,000. What are they? It's this guy, $26,000. So we're spending money every time we copy them. But now we've got a fleet of 3. I'm just going to click release all, and then I'm going to hit play on the game. And now we've got 2 more trucks. They'll head over here, collect the coal, and deliver it. Okay, so how much coal can they deliver? Well, we've got 1 mine, and we'll see as they start taking coal, this mine's going to refill. And then I believe this station here, it's called Havern North. I believe that is accessing the inventory from the from this particular mine. I don't know if it has its own inventory or if it just grabs it out of here. Let's see if they go up to, yeah, it looks like it just grabs it out of here. All right. So we can put warehouses in here too, and I think that collects more resource if we need to. But at some point, if we get so many trucks that we're exhausting this supply faster than we can mine it, then we can put more mines down as well. We'll get to that later, but I just wanted to kind of mention that. So now we've got 3 trucks going, delivering coal. That's the only need that this town has. And the reason I put the town here kind of on a loop is because the trucks will, I guess we'll see it later, but they don't like to, they have to approach the transit station here, or the station on the right side. So they won't come the other direction and drop off material. They have to hit it from the right side. So usually you can have like a loop around this thing. We'll see, but just something to keep in mind. That's why I kind of created this loop. I didn't want them going past it and coming back, but we'll just see. So they're dropping the material off. Now, if we look at the town, we've got 3 more truckloads were delivered. It still says awful. And if we hover over the demand here, there's a little bubble. It says shows the business monthly consumption and demand. Consumes 4 items from storage every day to work properly, and it resets on the first day of the month. So this is the consumption is 20, I guess, and the demand is 110, and then in storage we have 7, and we can have up to 150 in storage. And we'll see more of that as we go. Now, just by having these 3 trucks, I'm going to speed up the clock here. Let this run for a little bit. We should see that improve. So it went from awful to bad. So we're improving. And eventually this is going to go up to good. And then if we really do well, it'll be excellent. Fortunately, this is a really short trip to get the coal into town. So let's just see if it goes up here to good. Eventually it will. I think we've actually got more trucks than we need doing this route. But we'll see. I'm going to slow the clock down again. And let's look at our other towns. We still have some cash, at least on hand. We are paying that interest every month, so we'll need to think about paying back the loan, but not just yet. So let's look at the next town, what they want. They need, looks like, is that iron or is that stone? That is iron ore. And this is wood, obviously. So let's see where those are. It's going to cost money to set this stuff all up. There's wood. And then wasn't iron like way over this way somewhere? Yeah, and there's iron. So now we might want to set up some kind of transit route to these towns to get that resource there. This guy also needs coal, and this guy needs iron too, right? Okay, cool. So it might make sense to connect these towns up for one thing. Let's do that. Let's do that with a road. I'm going to pick the road and the lay roads tool. Again, this costs money. Boom, that makes a lot of sense. These are real close together. I'm kind of surprised. Let's do this. Bring this guy down. Okay, now all our towns are connected. And now we need to connect this existing road network over to the wood, which was where again? That is way down here. And the iron. So what we could do is come straight down and then go off in a T and connect these two. I don't know. You know, I'm not sure what the best path is. We'll learn as we go. I'll go ahead and pick the road tool. And let's see if I can extend off of this. Yep. Let's take a look. How about there maybe? That may be more than enough. It's going to cost us 43,000, so it's not cheap. And then we'll come out this way. It's another 45,000. Then I'll right click to cancel that current build. I'll grab roads again, and then we'll extend this way and get over to this wood here. All right, another 64,000. All right, so now we've got some extra road. Let's take a look at the town here and see if we've advanced at all from the... Oops, I'm still in roads. Let me click on that town description and see where we're at. Okay, so now our coal has gone from awful to bad to now it's average. And then our economy has gone from, I think it may have been awful or something. Now it's on average. Okay, same pop-up hint, but it's showing us we're at average. Then passenger coverage is bad. We'll deal with that later, a little bit later on the passenger side. Let's get these resources connected. Oh, and then we can see there's some regions on the corner of the map, on the outside of the map. We didn't even cover this in the first episode. Some of these have towns. Some have resources. Some have both. Like this region here that's highlighted. We can purchase that. If I click it, it's going to show us for $2 million, $2.2 million. We can buy this region up, and it offers wood, and it's got a city here that currently demands wood planks. So, and then we can expand in all directions on the map. And once we have a lot of cash and we feel like we're doing well with our starter 4 towns, then we can think about choosing which one makes the most sense for us to expand into. And that'll depend on the material that it has and whether it's got a town or not. But we are quite a ways, I think, from crossing that bridge. So now let's start with iron. We've got 2 towns here that need iron. Let's do that. What does this guy need? This guy needs wood. Eventually we're going to connect that one up, but let's get these going. So we know the routine here. Let's pick the mining facilities, and this time iron mine. Again, we just need the range of effect to be touching the mine. I don't think it matters beyond that. And then I guess depending on the terrain, like if I start putting on this hilly terrain or half and half, you can see the cost increases because it's going to include the cost of doing some terraforming. So we can just put this on flat land. Looks like that will work. Here, let me rotate that. How about that? Boom. Then we'll do our transit station. And we're doing all automotives right now. Automobiles, trucks. Eventually we will get to the trains. So I'll select roads to pick my transit station. It doesn't need to connect up to the mine. It just needs to be within range. So I'm going to rotate this guy. And we'll put it right here. That's probably fine. I guess we can get closer. How about right there? I'll go ahead and connect the road up. Last little bit. We'll figure that out. Boom. All right. And now we need a station at the other end. So, and we need to be within range of this factory here that it wants iron. So let's go ahead and pick the transit station. And let's see where I can place this guy. It is going to let me place it here. 41,000. It's our freight station. What we may want to do is have that off of the main road, though. It might actually make sense to do this and then build the road. Let's do that, and we'll see why over time. All right. So we don't want to really clog up this road if we can help it. It'd be better to even have this thing further down. All right, so we have a transit station. This one is within range to that. If I click logistics, we can see they're connected. And then let's go ahead and get a couple trucks delivering iron over to the Amana colonies. We can see, just like the first town, it starts out, we're awful at supplying, at meeting their demands. Awful on wood. The growth is awful. The economy is awful. Everything starts out bad until we start getting the trucking going. Now, because these roads are all connected, I can leverage this same garage. So let's go ahead and buy another AA truck, just like we did last time. Go ahead and click buy or purchase. We'll select the truck out of the garage and set the route. So we got to add the stops. Let's do the station near the iron mine and load up resource. I'll pick load. Then I go back and do add stop here at the bottom. Pick our station that's near the town or inside the town. Just click on that guy. This pops up and we'll say unload here. I'm going to do the save as thing like I did last time just to get a nice route name. It says iron ore to Amana colonies north. Let's see, let me do that again. I accidentally hit a key. Iron ore to Amana colonies north. I'm just going to change this to iron to Amana's colony. I'm just going to abbreviate a little bit. It may help us later. I'm not sure. Boom. And then we can do the same thing. Actually, before we do it, why don't we get at least 3 cars going on this? So while we've got the car in the garage, let's see if that copy function works. We've got, an iron hauler just the way we want it. Can I pick that guy? Yeah. Let's see. How much resource do we have? This is such a long distance. I think, well, let's start with 3. We're going to need more, but let's do 3 to get it started. I'll click release all. The game is on slow, so we got to go to our depot to see the trucks coming out. And here they come. They'll go pick up iron, and they will deliver it over to Amana colonies where the iron is needed. Now, these industries that were not meeting their needs, like this wood, we're not supplying wood to this factory. And we're not supplying iron here. We're not supplying coal here. And then we've got one more town down here where we are not supplying wood. Eventually, I believe these businesses they'll go out of business and this will disappear. The opportunity to ship product here. So, and that's what's called going bankrupt. And I think if they go, I don't know, I think there was a setting in settings saying if they go 3 months without anything, then they will go bankrupt. But we'll get a warning on that. We should get a warning. And it may be it's like 3 months after you get the warning or something that they go bankrupt and they disappear. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't put extra trucks on the route that we just did. Let's see if we can't get some initial production to each of these factories that need it. Even if it's awful or abysmal and we're not shipping a whole lot, let's get at least a few things going. So another easy one. Well, I guess let's finish this town. Let's get the wood set up. Now we don't have a transfer station or a station, logistics station within range. So we're going to have to put another one down over here. Let's do it while we're over here. We'll pick station, freight station. That's what I meant to say. Let's see here. We'll pop it down. We can put it down. How about we do it? Let's do it right here. Then I'm actually going to make a loop with this road. Can't build here. All right. All right, and that'll allow the trucks to, again, just do a U-turn. Basically, they'll be able to loop around here. It'll be a little, I think it's going to work out to be a little bit faster. All right, that's going to be our station for wood. Let's go find the wood. We haven't set this up yet. So same kind of thing. We got to pick a mine. So we'll go into the factory or the industry button on the top bar, mining facilities, and sawmill. And you can rotate this, I think, any way you want. I don't think it really matters. That looks kind of cool. Let's do that. Okay, we'll get somewhere near the forest. Boom. And then we need that station again. So back to the roads, stations. And the closer we get here, we could have the station within range of multiple woodcutter places. So that's just what I'm trying to think about as I place that. All right, I'll bring this road down. Like that. Okay, now we're all connected up. We just need a truck to deliver wood. There's our existing trucks just putting along here, bringing the iron. Let's go to the garage. We're running low on cash. Let's get one truck. We're going to do the one that carries wood here. It's this guy. 29,000. Click that guy. Buy it. And we'll go click on the car itself and set up a route. It's the schedule tab here. I'll add a stop. This time we're going to pick up wood way down here. Boom. Load it. We're going to deliver that wood way far away, which is right here at this station. So we'll add a stop. We'll pick the station and we'll pick unload. And then we'll just send that car on its way. So that one little truck is not going to do a whole lot in terms of meeting the needs of this town, but at least it's something. And we've got 2 more needs to meet here, but we can't do much until we raise some more cash. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the game to 3 times speed. We can take a look at our finances. We can see we're spending a bunch of money, right, on buildings and new vehicles. But we did make almost $22,000 in trade, delivering that coal and iron so far. It only cost us $2,800 for vehicle maintenance and $2,900 for building maintenance. And the rest is really investment here, right? This 369 and this 109, that's really investing in our fleet. And then the other expense we have that's not an investment is this loan interest, which is kind of a bummer. But you can't really get started without a loan. All right, so let me pause it. And we just got a notification that says demand decreased. And then here it says we have a deal. The industry building has received its first supply of wood. Okay, so let's look at that one first. That is just indicating that our wood truck, the single wood truck we have, just delivered its first batch of wood over here to Amana Colonies. Now let me open up this. So there's our deal. Then we've got demand decreased. It says business has difficulties with the supply. Amana Colonies now accepts less wood. So because it took us so long to get wood here and we're not delivering much, the actual demand decreased in this town. So now this, where is it? This factory here that wants wood, this guy right where my mouse is, it now is asking for less wood because they're hurting from not getting it. And so this is a business that's on decline. We have 1 truck delivering wood, so that should stem the decline. But as we're able to raise more money and get more trucks here, that demand may increase. So it'll get back to where it was, and it may even, expand further than where it started. We can see, let's see here. If we look at the 3rd message up from the bottom, it says business has difficulties with supply. Newport Beach now accepts less wood. And I can click on this. It'll take me there. So here's our factory in Newport Beach. We haven't supplied any wood and some time has gone by. And so now this is a business in decline. And I think eventually it will go bankrupt and disappear. And then maybe over time, a new business will sprout up, I guess. But that's basically what these messages are for. So we want to get, we want to supply these businesses kind of as fast as we can, as soon as we can manage it. We're doing great here in Havre. These guys are all probably pretty happy. Look at this, the coal We're excellent in terms of our delivery of coal. There's not too much in storage, so I think we've got a good amount here. We're not oversupplying, at least not yet. The growth of the town is average. The economy is excellent. And we still need to improve passengers. And then this town, Amana County, should be improving. Although we are only delivering, we've only got one truck doing iron and one truck doing wood. That's not a lot. So the supply is still awful for both of those, but it may improve. We'll see. It may improve just even with those single trucks, but we're going to add more. Might make sense to do that now to at least get 2 trucks on each of those. So let's go ahead and hit play. I'm going to go to the bank here and I'm going to take out more money. It may seem crazy. We're already 750 in debt. I'm going to grab another 100,000. I'm going to slow the game down to single speed. And let's think about what we want to do. We got 2 options here. We can add more trucks like I said we were going to do. Or we can at least get a single, we can try and get stations set up for this iron demand and this coal demand and try and get 2 trucks there. Now that's going to cost a lot of cash to do that. We've got 150 now and we can borrow another 150 and then we've maxed out our loan. We're going to pay a price every month, 1% of the money that we borrow. So this month, it was our last month, it was 7,500. This month it's going to be 8,500. So what makes the most sense to do? I don't really know the answer. Let's look at how much those stations cost. We don't have to put stations up at the coal mine or the iron mine. That's already done now. Same thing with the wood. That half of the expense is done. So it's just a station and a truck, really. So station, freight station is what? 21,000. That's not horrible. Let's do it. Let's pop this guy here. How about here? I'm going to put some road down. I may see if I can get this road to do that. Let's see. Road here. All right, so that's looped around. And let's build a truck to supply coal. You know the routine. We got to go to the depot. There may be a shortcut for getting to the garage here. Buy. We want a coal truck. Just hit buy. I'm getting familiar with this process. Click on it. We're going to set the route. We're going to add a stop. We want coal first. That's over here. So we'll pick that station as the first stop. Load it up. Add the next stop. Way up here in Summersville. Pick that station. Unload. And then we'll just click the little icon up here next to the car name. Boom. Off we go. So we've got at least one coal. One truck delivering coal. We'll have to keep on this mine as we have an eye on this mine as we have more trucks pulling from its supply. We may need to add another mine. So that's that one. Let's do this iron one. And I'm not sure if this is the right approach, but it's the approach we're going to take and just see what happens. All right, I'm going to set a transfer station up over here. Or a freight station, I should say. It's within range of the iron mine. 25,000. We can do it. Boom. And now let's buy one more truck for this iron. So we'll go back to the garage. Boom. Boom. Getting familiar with this truck. Buy for 26,000. Let's go ahead and add a stop. This time we're starting at the iron mine, which is, where is that? Way down here, where that's wood. Iron is on this side. So go there. Whoops. Okay, add. Oh yeah, I clicked the wrong building. That guy. Load up the iron. Add another stop. Drop off the iron way up here. Unload it. And off you go. Okay, so now we are supplying coal and haver. And I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I'm just going to call it haver. In fact, I wonder if I can change the town name. Let's see. Locate. No, I can't. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to call that haver. And then we've got, we're supplying one truck per month probably because they're going pretty slow. One truck of wood and one truck of iron there and one truck of coal and one truck of iron here. Right now, we're not doing anything with the town down here. I think this, whoops, not down there, way down here. Newport Beach is just going to kind of have to rot, I guess, because we just don't have the funds to get down there and set up a a freight station. Okay, we have a deal. It just mentioned that the heating plant received the first supply of coal. That's here in Somersville. So that's good. Hopefully that is enough to keep these businesses in business. And we should be making money. So we can see last month we made $21,000, almost $22,000 in trade. And this month we're already up to $35,000 in trade. So that's pretty good, a pretty good increase in income. We're going to have higher debt this time by about $1,000, I believe. But you can see we're at least slowly making some money. It might be worth speeding up the clock here. And eventually we can pay down that debt. I don't think we should do that yet. I think we should try and get at least one more truck in these 4 routes. And it occurs to me I forgot to name the routes. So we may do that as we go. Let's let me pause the game. I'm going to select this truck here. And see how the route says individual route? Doesn't really say what the name is. I'm going to click edit. Then I'm going to click save as. And it's going to give me a decent name. So this is delivering coal to Somersville West. I'm just going to change that to _W just to shorten it a tiny bit. And hit OK. Now we've got a nice route name for that. We'll wait for the iron truck to come by and maybe do the same thing. I'll go ahead and put it back on 3 times speed. There's our truck. I'll hit pause. Pick that guy. And let's see here. It says individual route. Again, I'm going to edit it, then do save as. And we've got iron ore to Somersville North. I'm going to just change that like I did before. North Coast or whatever it was. Northeast. I guess I can put -NE. Okay. Now we've got a route. When we add the next truck, it'll be a little bit easier to identify what that route is. We won't have to pick the stations and all that. So let's put the play button back on. We can do that down here as well. Now these routes, let's see. Yeah, these routes I don't think we've named either. So let's see. We'll look for trucks to come over this way. Go ahead and pause. This one, do we have multiple trucks coming here? Yeah, we've got 3 trucks delivering iron here. I forgot about that. So that one's already named. These 2 we just named. Let's see, what else is there? There's this route over here. I'll go ahead and pause it. Did we name that one? Yep, we're good there. Let that run. Another way to see is just looking at our fleet. And so here we've got a truck that says individual route. So we don't know where that's going. That's kind of why I set these names up. Let's go ahead and click on this guy. We can edit the route, save as, and now we've got something a bit more descriptive. Just going to make it a little bit shorter. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. But I'm just kind of guessing that may make this a little easier to read over time. All right, not too shabby. You can see the earnings for the trucks and what their costs are. So we are making profit. And then again, we can click on one of these stations one of these. Let me call it the right thing. So keep calling it the wrong thing. Freight station. Freight station. I got to remember that. Click on one of these freight stations and we can click and we right at the home screen, we see how many trucks are connected. So there's only one here. Let's go and go to our garage. It's back down here somewhere, right? Let me do copy and let's see if I can use this little icon. So that would be kind of cool. Boom. Looks like it works. So we just bought a truck that's all configured to deliver to Summersville Northeast. All I got to do now is in the garage, click release all. Off it goes. Now we've got 2 trucks there. Very cool. That's exactly what we want to do. Let's do the same thing with the coal delivery. So I'm going to pick that station. Oh, see here, bankruptcy avoided. Regular supply is essential for the business to maintain growth. So if I bring that message down and we click on it, because we were able to get at least 1 truck delivering coal to this business, we prevented that business from going bankrupt. It's going to be a different story down here in Newport. Newport, is it Newport Beach? Yeah, because we are not getting any wood down there. Tell you what, I'm going to pause the game. Let's wrap this episode here. We're getting off to a decent start. We saw in the financial tab that our profits are increasing. In fact, last month we got up to $41,500 in income. That's quite a bit higher than the previous month. And the current month should be higher than that as we add more trucks that have profitable routes. And we'll start doing that. We'll do more of that in the next episode. And then we probably, once we get that going and we're raising some decent money, then I think what we should do next is connect up Newport Beach. And hopefully we can get to it before this business goes bankrupt. We'll just have to see, but we'll get on that next episode. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode.